You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that
You don't think...
I think you were sent to help. Many forms. Sometimes to discern who it truly
happen now?
Now, we panic over you before they do even more harm. After that, we find out who is chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
You didn't have any choice.
And I do it. I see no point in running in circles like a dog chasing a tail. I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again. I was determined to have what happened. Anyone. You believe your... Does that mean you believe in the Maker?
I believe he exists.
Comforting. Surely the Maker put us both. It leads. It occurs to me actually about
What you...
I'm not sure. Where are you?
I was born in...
With a lever coat.
Wherever I'm at home enough.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the divine.
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
How does someone become a Seeker?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older, an exception due to my noble birth. We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Is the vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts. A full year of fast prayer and salvation from actions, including other people. We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity. The moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
I wish I could experience that.
If the vigil was not so I more should attempt it. What if making fear possession by demons? I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know.
Why did your order turn against the Chantry?
We originally united with the Chantry through a treaty that stated they would keep mages under control. It was felt Most Holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of Magi to vote on its independence, thus breaking the treaty. The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars into a war of righteousness.
You sound like you disagree.
We knew what was happening at Kirkwall, where the Mage Rebellion began. We looked into reports of Knight Commander Meredith's harsh treatment of her charges years earlier. But we found shocking cases of political corruption that decided her actions were justified. If we did, it happened. At the wood.
You're right. Something should have been done.
When faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks and crush it. We would find an answer, but only once we felt we weren't being coerced. The moment the mages voted for independence, our response was predictable. It was difficult to watch.
But what are Seekers exactly?
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine, and not even her, truthfully.
So nobody ever watched over the Seekers?
It was the Divine's duty, but she could only do so much when the truth was hidden from her. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems. If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. One insists they are the blind ones.
Do you think that kind of problem could ever be fixed?
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves would need to change. They were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for to avoid it. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
You mentioned that Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from lyrium and are designed to hunt mages. Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. We cannot be possessed by demons and are immune to mind control. Useful considering our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, though that depends on the individual.
What kind of gifts do you have?
I can set the lyrium within a person's blood aflame. Both mages and Templars before my will. Some Seekers use, others simply to paralyze. Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
I've no more questions.
Hello again.
May I ask you
Difficult to say what becomes of the Chantry. They have no leader, and no way of succeeding the divine. Apart when everyone needs it the most, I ache to think what it will mean in the days to come.
Do you really believe the Chantry is worth preserving?
If you ask my opinion, absolutely. Ask the Chantry, old ones. We will have learned nothing. And the needs they had a
So, what should this new
dedication to what is truly important. Instead of for the divine, the Chantry join feeding the poor. If we are to make his word, we must do so with open hearts and open. Does it? I don't think it's so possible. The Chantry has many good need direction and inspiration. They need to be freed from centuries of adherence to tradition and ceremony. Once for renewal, it doesn't come with utter chaos.
What influence really?
Bureaucrat will to the rest of. Therefore, Eric's hanging on his every word, hoping his influence will benefit them. Despite that, Roderick is not a bad man, and believes his place is to fill the gap. Some might agree. As far as the chain of command as he, there is no one left above him.
How could he be?
He is his Eric's. That card he had to play, dealing with some credibility he doesn't deserve.
Will the Chantry?
They will try. Once the priests withdraw for the grand census, it is a to emerge without naming a new divine. Justinia exists at the country.
If they do something.
Takes them, or they see practice. Grand consensus goes on too long. Cleric with ambitious sense see this chance. Cleric must in the meantime.
Will you serve her?
That depends on whether she would have... I am a now, remember? And even if she would, I do not know. It would depend on what divine she is. Follow you divine obedience.
I'm surprised against the child.
My own path. He has so much. Suppose. Thank Greetings.
I'd like...
Not...
You're being...
Do you think me a braggart?
Interesting.
As you... My... Pentecost, daughter of the House of 78 the Navarran. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her on the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're
A very little plan. Humble the same. That way. I have hundreds of so distant they need to keep it at all. They have them. The you that like it with gold.
And you is
The Pens are famed for dragon, but actually pursue the craft. Stuff fat. Lip service to the maker and care idle pleasure past glories. The word Vara. Was I?
You don't like your home.
Normally put what little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain to be placed on a shelf when necessary. I did not see real until much later. By then I realized I knew it.
What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to King Marcus. The king executed my brother and I since we were family and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle. Taletas, the company to the living.
Mortalitasi?
Still is. My dead. They bury them in special crypts. The mortal supervised Uncle Vestalis never spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do living ones. Death and its truth. I understand.
Fine.
Justinian. And Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were The story? The Maker. I'll tell you if you wish. Fighting as some drum it up to be. The short version the my reward was become hand.
But right hands do.
What is takens? Makes a fist. Liana and I extend reach beyond the cathedral. We not to be. I was the seeker. Convinced for the future gave me hope.
You thought she changed things?
Coming when it began. To avert it, the forces arrayed against strong. Sometimes you... That's where the English comes in. It was... I mean, reserve for change. I only to see.
So, what's the you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andras, really want to hear that. 20 years ago, some still does it like it today. Still gets bigger each toe. I realize myself now.
I'm sure you're just being modest.
There. Know what happened. Hear others to save divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather than such a young, didn't you say?
The truth.
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar commander was at it. There at the Grand. They had ages to the cause. Control. Without them, the divine have died. That I and they are.
You're delightful. You know that.
No, I do not know that. There is nothing beautiful about me. I think I...
Tell me about your brother.
And hunter who showed just could be. I wanted to hunt dragons. Anthony used to train me in... We were brother and sister vanquishing the... And he died. No. Group of Apollon blood and wanted me to get it for them. He refused. Killed him for it. In front. I begged the Chantry. Instead, they sent me to the Seekers. It took many years to let go of my drive for vengeance.
I understand how you felt.
Times. I wonder how different my life would be alive. Hunter? To some for free. I take man. He is always kind.
I'll let you get back. Now.
Another time.